Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my friends. Welcome once again to the Today Show. Hope you guys had yourselves an excellent weekend. Inshallah, welcome back. Right, our first guest today, our very, very special. I'm going to tell you something that happened on Friday. On Friday, the 30th of August, Salaam Peace launched their Be the Change in the Community document, which is a joint research paper written by Jeff, Eliza, Ellie and Charles. It challenges the narrative that racism and cultural negative bias continues to stunt the development of British Muslims, Asians, women and girls in playing professional and semi-professional football, as well as in wider sports in general. We have Dr. Sabir, who is the CEO and founder of Salaam Peace. We also have Isa, who's only 13. He's currently at Arsenal Academy Advanced Development Centre. We have Eliza, who's 14, a hijab-wearing girl playing league footballer and volunteers at Salaam Peace. We have Eliza. We also have Suzun, who is age 13. Age 13, Anglo-Japanese girls football and SP volunteer. We have Zain, 15, youth board at Access Sports and Go London. Salaam Peace community champion. Salam alaikum to everybody. You all good?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Doctor, I want to start with you, inshallah. Is that okay?
Go for it.
Salaam Peace sounds very unique. It must have come from somewhere inspirational. Tell us how it started and what is your vision for it, inshallah.
Absolutely. So the work started shortly after London 7/7 bombings. About 10 days after, I was invited to Downing Street for a reception with Tony Blair, the Prime Minister, for good work in the community in a previous charity I was working for. As I switched tube trains from the Victoria line to the Circle District line at Victoria, I never had a beard, I never had a backpack, but as I walked into the carriage, every pair of eyes zoomed in on me. People were grabbing handrails, people were breaking into sweat. It never sat nicely with me, but I went to this event. There was 5 people there, nurses, doctors, other people who work in charity sector, inspirational night. It was only on the journey home. I reflected and I thought, I've been volunteering in my community since I was 12 years old. I've always given the best I can for everybody, but why am I made to feel like a terrorist? So next morning, I phoned up my police contact, my army contact. We set up an event called the Eid Cup, and that brought all communities together to show positive images of Islam, but also show how communities come together, and sport, music and food are 3 great ways of doing it. And it set a platform of how Salaam Peace could operate. We had discussions with the Home Office and trying to engage Muslim communities in a better way than the prevent violence extremism agenda, but we just couldn't see a middle ground. They wanted reporting upwards, I wanted building people up from the ground. So we set up Salaam Peace. The logo my beautiful wife designed and created, Salam and peace, peace, peace. So the belief was that if we've got a disagreement, if you come with a peaceful attitude, I come with a peaceful attitude, we've got chance of progress. If you come with a fist and I come with an open hand, we're never going to get anywhere. And obviously the sa and the ja from, the ya and the ja from Arabic gives it a nice thing. When I set up Salaam Peace, I had 2 visions. So the first vision was to create an environment where everybody, as you can see, our united communities here can come together and feel part of a family, a community family. The second thing was to invest in our local young people, to make sure that our future workforce and everything we do is built around youth-led participants who then drive the organisation forward. And again, these are all examples, with Agni being a primary example of what can be succeeded. And the mission was, from Gandhi's make the change in the world you want to see, it was be the change in the community you want to see. So don't wait for yourself or one of them. If there's a problem, go and solve it yourself. If there's an issue in your community, you do something about it. And that's how we...
Apologies for that, inshallah. But we're going to talk to the kids involved, those of you who are making all the difference, starting with you, young man with the microphone in your hand. Isa, how did you get involved in Salaam Peace, brother?
So I've been with Salaam Peace for 10 years now. I just started coming to football sessions at Kelmscott School, so in the playground. And it was just like a mix of people, and I really enjoyed it. So I kept on coming, and I've been here for 10 years now.
Now, part of as the doctor mentioned, part of this whole thing is to break stereotypes and to sort of show that, Muslims, Lithuanians, all of us, we're just normal people. How do you feel that you've been able to do that by being a representative?
I feel very blessed that I'm in an area where I can do that. And I don't feel different because of my colour of skin or my religion, because there's so many people like me. So I feel like I can do my best at whatever I want to do.
Well, you're right. There is a lot of people like you. So if somebody was watching right now and thinking, ooh, I want to do what they do, it's fantastic. What advice would you give to a young person who's coming up and seeing you guys and wanting to do something similar?
I'd just say, like, don't worry about what other people think. You just focus on yourself and do the best that you can do. You always try your hardest and be confident in yourself.
Alhamdulillah. And how is Salaam Peace? How is it kind of giving you wings to fly, so to speak? How is it giving you the ability to sort of flourish?
No, I think like what I just said about the confidence and believing in yourself, I think Salaam Peace has given me a lot of that. And also like leading and communicating with others, so that with my teammates on a football pitch, with my friends at school, I can always speak to them and that we can always do better and push ourselves.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. We're going to turn to Eliza. Give her the microphone here. Assalamu alaikum, Eliza. How are you? Alhamdulillah. Now, the question for you, young lady, is how did you become a part of SB as well? Because I think everyone might have a different story.
Salaam Peace started in my primary school, so after school we'd have an after school club, and I met Agni, and she influenced me to start with sports, and then I met Sab. Sab introduced me to the weekend sessions, the girls only football, and that's when I met loads of friends, and the girls were really nice there. And then we started a team, and we got more confident playing football. And I think from now, if you compare us to before to now, we've improved really well, and even our friendships, they've become stronger.
Because it's not only are you breaking stereotypes in other ways as well. People think of football as a boys' sport. I mean, I do. I don't like football at all. I shouldn't say that. I don't like football. Oh my gosh! But you're breaking that stereotype as well. It's not just a boys, not just a lads thing as well. Describe for us, what is a typical day for you at Salaam Peace?
On Sundays, we play sports, and it's not only football. We do different sports as well. We all socialize with each other. Afterwards, we'll go study support, so they help us with our schoolwork. And when, especially me, GCSEs are coming up, they're going to support me with improving all my education, for example, maths. And I feel like the staff really help in supporting that. And they also provide lunch for us. So
Probably the best part, innit? Getting the old free food there as well. Now, you are a player of the year, is that correct? MashaAllah. And of course, how does it make you feel being a hijabi and player of the year as well?
it's a good, proud achievement. And I didn't really imagine myself becoming player of the year. And also, the staff have always been there by our side, and also my teammates. And I feel like I wouldn't have done it without them.
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
How did you get involved in Salaam Peace?
So it started off at my secondary school, and I personally think that Salaam Peace is quite amazing because my secondary school is not it's not close to here at all. It's quite far from here, so it's quite nice that I had the opportunity to play football from like a younger age than most girls that did. And from there, I got connected to SAB, and I started playing for the girls team.
MashaAllah, very good, very good, very good. Again, you're mixed heritage, so
Yes.
how have you managed to integrate into Salaam Peace?
Kind of like Agni said, it's so mixed here, so I didn't feel any sort of barriers when I came to Salaam Peace. It was quite like natural. Like everyone was really friendly and everyone was really nice, so it's quite nice here.
Now, you've decided to go on and to also volunteer as well. Why have you made that choice? Because you could have gone off and done anything else. I mean, the world is your oyster, but why have you decided to sort of stay on and to volunteer your services?
I was decided to stay on at volunteering is because Agni originally used to teach me when I was younger, and I feel like it was quite nice. I had always someone to talk to, always someone to teach me, and I could always rely on Agni, and I feel like I should share that experience with everyone else.
Thank you so much. Zaina. Now, I should tell everyone at home that Zayn is potentially the next Prime Minister. I keep hearing that he's going to be a Prime Minister.
Yeah,
Is that
be the
correct?
first Muslim Prime Minister, inshallah.
Tell us how you got involved in
Yeah, so
Salaam
I
Peace.
started off my journey at Salaam Peace age 4 at a multi-sport session.
Age 4?
Yeah, very young.
Tiny,
And
yes.
I started playing for our youth football teams. Then when I turned 11, I broke my arm, unfortunately, and I was out of sports for a while, but Sab encouraged me to come and volunteer. So at age 11, I was supporting with our parent and child multi-sport session. Now that started off as just putting down a few cones, went to delivering warm-ups, parts of the session. There's days where he'd just leave the session to me, and I think, and I thought, yeah, and I feel like he's been a very good role model for me in terms of giving me someone that I can get a lot of advice from, not just about sports, but also, school, any other issues I'm having. And yeah, I think I've really enjoyed my time at Salaam Peace, being able to share my knowledge of sports with other young people, being able to stay within sports, even if it's not on the player side, and it's really kind of shaped me as a
The
person.
only thing that comes to mind is how did you break your arm? Was it tackling somebody?
It's football.
How? What happened?
I fell over the football.
You fell over the
I tried to do a step over or something, and I fell over the football.
and it went the wrong way, did it?
Yeah.
Slippery
Yeah.
surface. Okay. That's why you need training, so these things
Yeah.
don't happen, isn't it? Tell us about your current role right now.
Yeah,
inshallah.
so currently I've just turned 15 a few weeks ago. I'm the coach of our under 12s and 13s football team, so that involves delivering their sessions, dealing with their parents.
Oh, that sounds difficult.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's
a
really
challenge
the
in
hardest
itself,
part of
innit?
the role. I'm also one of our community champions, which is our youth advisory board that aims to make sure that all our young people have a say to make sure Salaam Peace is truly youth-led. So within that, we're going to be hosting our 15-year anniversary awards coming up next Wednesday.
Wow.
So yeah, that's...
an invite to you right now.
Oh yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so
But
that's,
how do you
big
manage to do that? Because
responsibility.
you talk about you deal with the parents. How do you do that? Because I used to be a TA, and I know talking to parents is very difficult. So give us some tips. How do you soothe the parents?
I think just kind of, even with the kids, sometimes you just need to have that arm around the shoulder approach. If they've got concerns, kind of coming at them, having a bit of composure, being quite relaxed rather than getting aggressive or anything, trying to understand where their concerns are coming from. I think even when I'm working with young people, when they've got issues or something, rather than just shouting at them, try to have that arm around the shoulder approach, really try to give them advice, draw upon my own experiences.
Alhamdulillah. That's fantastic. What about being as Prime Minister? Because you're obviously
I mean,
well-spoken.
Yeah.
Tell us very
Thank
quickly,
you.
what's that about?
I think I want to be Prime Minister or in a role towards that level, because I feel like a lot of people in the political atmosphere, they don't resonate with me. Not a lot of them are young people, not a lot of them come from world majority backgrounds, not a lot of them are Muslim. And I feel like to be a truly representative government, we need people like me, and they're people that are going to put their foot down when there's issues, people who represent the majority. Because if you look at most of the Prime Ministers in our history, most of them haven't been publicly educated, most of them have grown up in your most affluent areas. They don't truly understand the issue of growing up in London, where you've got knife crime on your streets, you've got friends who are struggling with the cost of living crisis.
Yeah.
They don't truly understand the challenge, so why are they the ones dealing with it? I think you need someone who has
Someone
that,
grassroots.
someone who's worked within the community. So alongside my work at Salaam Peace, I'm on the youth board for an organisation called Access Sport that try to support young people to get into sport, particularly those from disadvantaged backgrounds and those with disabilities. I'm also a part of the Go London Young Evaluators group, which is the biggest community sports fund in London, so we support within the evaluation of that, and again, that's given a young person's voice.
That's excellent. I want to thank all of you for coming as well. Dr. Saba, what is the future of Salaam?
Well, this is the future, and the thing is, we've got many more like these. So we're very, very fortunate that we have a model that works, and we give people not only the opportunities to excel, so like Agni mentioned, fundraising, building different skills, but finding their own feet. We've got people that got media interest that lead Instagram, social media, etc. So there's no limits to what people can do, and Salaam Peace can go in any direction. But we've got plans to go to Munich for an exchange project. So we've got a parent who wrote a really nice testimonial about our impact on her girls. Sister came from Munich. She's very keen to have us go there. My dream was when I was 18 to go to Lisbon and play for Benfica and go uni there. My family friend, who's still waiting for me, has sent a video to say he's still waiting for us to come. So the plan is to go there and maybe do some work with Benfica's foundation as well as the more deprived communities in Lisbon. And our thing is, look, we're very fluid, we can move very quickly, and, you know, Zain mentioned politics. Our local MP, Stella Creasy, actually does voice what the community needs. Recently with the EDL having their big say in Walthamstow, the night before she rang me up to say, look, can we get to Lloyd's Park? We had Christian priests, us, Isa was playing tennis with Stella, and just people coming together. And where Waltham Forest and parts are changing, very affluent people moving in, it doesn't matter. The common cause is that we want our area to be universal and be united. And if people are coming into fight against that, let's show a united front. So
the members reflect that. The members of Salaam Peace reflect that. They're from different backgrounds. They're not all from one background.
Absolutely, and that was the vision, as I said at the start, to create a space where everybody comes and feel welcomes. And like Agni said, you know, I can speak mother tongue. So if there's someone who's Gujarati, where they can't speak English, the fact that I can speak to them, and especially if they're Muslim as well, they feel a lot more comfortable. You know yourself, if you can reflect with the people you're working with and also break down that language barrier, which we take for granted. You know, if we move to another country, we've got no friends, we don't know the language, how difficult is it?
Yeah,
so the fact we've got that makes it great. And anyone and everyone who comes, wherever you come from, once you're there, we have common values, respect, the way we speak to each other. So Sazuna and Eliza, Isa, they'll allude to, if I'm leading their team on the sideline, I'll never swear, I'll never argue with the ref openly, I'll set an example so they know what to expect. And then equally, if they ever get, not they will, but we have a few in the past where they get aggressive, I'll always say, have I ever spoken to you like that? And it's teaching them, because it's transferable skills. If they go to work one day and swear at their boss, they'll lose their job.
Of course,
so
yes.
if they're late for work and we haven't taught them about time management, they lose their job. So all these things are transferable skills, and it's not just sports. Sports just an engagement tool, as is education.
Yeah.
And to make clear, we work with 3-year-olds right away to people in their 70s. We've got a teacher, ex-teacher that taught Harry Kane and David Beckham, Bethan, that leads our walking project, and that's just to get people together, walking in the borough, reducing isolation, making new friends. So it's anything and everything, whatever can bring people together, we'll try and do.
Now, if somebody at home is watching and thinking, wow, this is amazing, I want to be a part of this, how can they get involved?
Just go on the website, there's a contact email, and if you run...
Give us the full name of the website.
www.salaampeace.org, and we've got Instagram page, Facebook page, and if you're an organisation that does similar work, would like to do similar work, we're always very keen to share our model and learn with and from, because there's always something we can learn from other people. So we're never the complete article, we're always fluid, and we've always got that motivation, because as Zain said, there's so many issues that they'll tell you, Agni wins an award, I'll say well done, but the finishing line will be there's still more for us to do.
Yes.
And that's always been our mantra, that there's always more to do.
Yeah, there's always room for improvement no matter what you do.
Absolutely.
The minute you think you've got it, you probably haven't got it.
Look, the world changes and need changes, and we're just fortunate enough that we've got people who are passionate, who are hardworking, and they're living proofs of the work. So Sazuna said Agni helped us, and now she wants to help the next gen. Like I said to you outside, Eastern philosophy, pupil-teacher relationship, or guru-student, and you share that. And that's the best way. They keep the flame burning brighter than I ever can.
But how do you, as CEO, how do you keep your spirits up? How do you keep yourself motivated? Because as you mentioned, the EDL thing, that's going to dampen anybody's flame. So how do you personally keep yourself motivated? Maybe the rest of you might think about that as well.
I think the biggest thing for me is when you see people flourish and develop, and you see their impact. So for instance, when Sazuna's mum messaged me once to thank me for everything I've done for her and her daughter, that makes everything worthwhile. So the fact that you can see a direct impact on people's lives, and I've been doing this, like I said, 37 years now, and I've got people that were older than me that I used to inspire and help. So for me, it's where the journey takes them. Some come from very difficult backgrounds, now working at companies like BT, some are policemen, some are teachers. So wherever the journey can take them, that's the inspiration. And as I said, where there's a need, if we can do something, you know, that's our Islamic values.
Yeah.
You've got to contribute to the community, and don't wait for someone else to do it. It's your job to. And thankfully, they adapted it, and they'll do it better than me for many more years to come.
MashaAllah, I like your T-shirt, by the way. Sam 7. Why is it 7? Quickly.
Lucky number.
Oh, okay. Dr. Sam, thank you very much. Zain, Eliza, Agnes, Sazuna, and Isa, Zain, and Dr. Sam. Thank you so much for being here, guys. You were fantastic, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, everybody at home, we're going to go for a quick break. We'll be back in a minute. See you in a bit.